Today I'm going to show you how to install Remedy Single Sign-On in standalone mode silently using a typical installation on a Linux server. Download the installation files from the APD site and extract to a location on the server. On my machine, I have the files downloaded here and I have already unzipped the file in this directory. Let's go to disk 1 and open up the TSCO silent options file to edit the properties. This particular file is a text file that defines the installation properties. As you can see, here are the various properties to install the Remedy Single Sign-On. So I have left the install location as default. The PG underscore type is set to 0. That is a default value. So it basically means that I would want to install PostgreSQL database packaged with the installer. And the database is user exist is also set to false by default, which means using this default value, you can create a new database user for managing PostgreSQL database operations. And this is the Postgres database name. And the port is 5438, which is a default port for Postgres database. And this is the database admin user. And this is the encrypted password for the admin user. So let's quickly show you on how to create the encrypted password. When you have extracted the installer package, within this disk 1 directory, you see the utility folder. And if you go into the utility folder, you should see the TrueSight RSSO maintenance tool that actually is a wizard that you can use for encrypting the passwords. When I run this tool, it should take a moment to come up. Once you have this wizard come up, you can go in the encrypt here and you can type in the password for the database admin user, whatever the password that you actually set, and you can run encrypt here and the password gets encrypted. Note that we need encrypted passwords for both database admin user and database user. Let's go back to the install file. So here you see the database user, which is RSSO underscore user. It's a default user value. And you can actually encrypt the user password in here as well using the TrueSight RSSO maintenance tool wizard, which is shown earlier. And these are the Tomcat ports for the Linux environments for both HTTP and HTTPS. And this is the cookie domain, and the server FUDN is the fully qualified domain name of the server on which the RSSO is installed on. Once we have all this parameters set, you can now run the silent install. Before we run the silent install, we need to change non-root user because the install needs to be run as a non-root user. So it's a setup.bin and it's the option file pointing to the TSSO silent options file. Let's go ahead and run this. The installer could take a while to complete. Meanwhile, you can check the TrueSight RSSO install log located under the temp directory. If I look at here, it says like the install has been completed and it has been installed successfully. Now, for the Linux environment, we need to configure the Remedy RSSO service to restart automatically each time the Remedy SSO server is restarted. To do so, we have to log in as root and go to the installation directory into the bin folder, which we already are in, and then run the following command. It's the RSSO service register, and this is the non-root user that was used to install the Remedy Single Sign-On. And you can just go ahead and run that. Now the registration is done successfully. This concludes the video for how to install Remedy Single Sign-On in standalone mode silently. Thank you for your time.